Hello everyone. Are we live? There's always a bit of a delay here, so I'm not sure whether we are live yet. Yes, I think we are live. Okay, good stuff. Happy Friday. I hope you're well, and if you caught Jaffa and Steve's session this morning, hope you enjoyed that. Thought it was wonderful, energy as usual. So I thought I'd jump on and procrastinate about my essay a little bit longer so that I could share something with you around a dream that I had earlier this week. So yes, unlocking the hidden meaning of dreams. And I've spoken a bit about dreams before on Walk and Talks, I think. Starting to forget all of the things I've talked about and some of the things I haven't talked about. So apologies if I'm repeating myself. But just to say that my psychotherapy training includes an element of dream interpretation, often through the lens of Jungian psychology, Carl Jung. And dreams are one of the ways that our unconscious communicates with us. But you might often, if you remember your dreams, and I think we all dream, but quite often we just don't remember them, you might have dreams and think, wow, that was weird. What on earth did that mean? And you might be able to come up with some kind of explanation for what it might mean, or you might be completely baffled, but quite often there's a hidden meaning, I would suggest. And it's kind of hidden because the unconscious, which is communicating to us through dreams, speaks a different language to us. It works through the language of symbolism. So from my training, I've got some understanding of this. I'm no expert by any stretch, but it's been really useful for me in interpreting my own dreams. And whenever I have one which has any particular resonance or power or emotional stirrings within it, then I like to have a look at it and think, okay, what was that about? So I had one this week which was really powerful, and I had a really strong feeling when I woke up from it. So I'm going to share it with you and give you an interpretation that I came up with, and also an alternative interpretation that my psychotherapist offered this week. So I was back in one of my secondary schools where I was most of the time an underconfident, introverted, short, quiet person. And I didn't see myself as being particularly physically attractive. I didn't see myself as being particularly popular. I wasn't unpopular, but I had a kind of a few close friends who I felt I was able to be myself with. And the rest of the time I was very quiet and shy. And so I was back in the setting of one of my secondary schools. But I think I was an adult, pretty sure I was an adult. And just to give a bit of background to this, in real life, in the past, my romantic partners, I felt the need to be physically attracted to them, which I think is a natural thing as a human being. But at times in the past, I've had partners where I felt quite embarrassed or ashamed to be kind of seen with them, because I deemed at the time, in my kind of superficial way, that they were not attractive enough to show to my friends, to show to my family, to show to the world that I was with this person. And there was one partner in particular who really wanted me to express physical affection and hold her hand in public, and I didn't, or very rarely did that, because I was kind of holding myself back. I felt that, can't believe I was like this, but I felt embarrassed or ashamed to be seen with this person as my partner. So I've moved on since then somewhat, and physical attractiveness is still a factor, but it's a much less important factor for me now. So I offer that as a bit of background, because in this dream, where I was in my secondary school setting, I suppose I fell in love with somebody who isn't a real person that I know, but it was a lady who was short and not particularly slim and not particularly physically attractive to me. And yet, I was able to connect with her really deeply. I could look into her eyes and see her soul, the beauty of her soul. And it was wonderful. And it felt really, oh gosh, what's the word? It was, yeah, I mean, it was a beautiful thing. And to have that weight of expectation that I was putting on myself, to have this person, my partner, reach a certain standard of physical beauty in my eyes, was really liberating. That's the word I'm looking for, liberating. Yeah, so yeah, I felt really close to her. I felt that she was beautiful, even though the skin deep beauty wasn't there. It wasn't a factor for me. So I wasn't ashamed to be seen with her. I wasn't ashamed to put my arm around her and show her in public as this is the person, and we've chosen to be together, and this is it. This is the authentic, real life, and it's all good. So I woke up and felt really wonderful, actually, and had a realization that is, I feel, where I am now. I'm at that place where physical attractiveness is no longer the super important factor that it used to be for me, and that I wouldn't be embarrassed if I happened to fall in love with somebody who was like that character in my dream, and I would very happily go and introduce her to my mum and my friends and everybody else and put my arm around her in public. So that felt really nice. And then I spoke to my psychotherapist about this on Wednesday. I have psychotherapy once a week as part of my kind of ongoing personal and spiritual development, and also it's a precondition of my psychotherapy training course that I am in continuing therapy. And my therapist offered an alternative explanation, which was perhaps another level of depth here. And this is where the Jungian psychology came in. So her interpretation, I suppose before I go into that, I'll talk a little bit about a couple of aspects of Jungian psychology. So first of all, Jung believed that every character we see in our dreams is actually an aspect of us. They're not meant to represent another person, and even if you're dreaming about someone that you know, a family member or a friend or a celebrity, their qualities, or how you perceive their qualities in real life, are manifesting in your dream, but they're reflecting an aspect of you. So if, for example, you're dreaming about Michael Jackson, I don't know why that came to mind, whatever the qualities of Michael Jackson are to you as you perceive them, great dancer, great performer, let's skip over the not so great stuff about him, or an aspect of you which perhaps you may not be connected to, you might deny, they may be in your shadow, as he says, as Jung says. But yeah, if you've got Michael Jackson in your dream doing some great dance moves and being a wonderful performer, then that represents the part of you that has those qualities. So that's one thing to say about Jungian dream psychology. The other aspect is that within us all, we have a figure of the opposite gender to us. So in our soul, we have, if you're a female, then you have an animus, he called it, which is the kind of archetypal male qualities. I don't feel like we need to ascribe a gender to qualities, but this is what Jung did, and I suppose the qualities of the male are strength, assertiveness, that type of stuff. That's the male aspect of you, which might be kind of shadowy qualities that you're not fully in touch with, potentially. And then men have an anima, which is the female aspect of ourselves, the feminine qualities of which might be, gentle, nurturing, connected to emotions, that type of stuff. So just weaving this into my psychotherapist's interpretation of my dream, and she said, so maybe this figure was actually your inner anima. And what was happening there was that you were coming into contact with, acknowledging, embracing and loving your inner anima, that aspect of you which is gentle and nurturing and shows emotions and is very open and authentic. And I thought, wow, yes, really resonates with me, and it's certainly very resonant of the journey that I've been on since this pandemic kicked off, because it really has been a wonderful process for me of going inwards and discovering parts of myself which I either denied or hid, or I didn't show to the world, and in certain ways didn't show to myself. And the hive, starting up the hive and connecting with you guys and talking in this way is quite new for me. I've only been doing this really for I've been doing the hive for, what is it now? I don't know, 4 months or so, something like that. And I have never been this open and authentic and connected to myself and showing it to other people. So I really liked that interpretation, and I thought, this rings true. So I thought that was really powerful, being comfortable in my own skin, showing that in real life, and then in the dream, that interpretation my psychotherapist offered, that I was embracing being comfortable with that, I suppose, feminine anima aspect of myself and being able to show it to the world. So that interpretation, certainly valid. My own initial interpretation around how I see romantic relationships and letting go of that shame, embarrassment, pride, whatever it was that used to restrict me and make me feel pretty superficial and embarrassed around some of my partners in the past. And letting go of that, I think, is also valid. So kind of two different layers there. So hopefully that was interesting and useful. And if you have any dreams yourself that you might want interpreting, phone this number. No, feel free to offer them. And if you want to work with me on any of this stuff, like I say, I'm not an expert by any stretch, but I do offer coaching and stuff, so I can talk to you and see if we can work some stuff out together on that or anything else that's going on in your life at the moment. So yes. Lovely. Hope that was interesting to you. It's interesting to me, so I thought I'd share it. So there we go. Happy weekend, as we are coming to the end of the working week for most of us, and hope to see you on the hive soon. Path, Light, Thrive Hive. So I hope there is light. Hope this is shedding some light on your path, and I hope you're thriving, and I hope you will buzz into the hive and ask for support, reach out for support, offer anything. I hope you can feel that it's a safe space for you to reach out, talk about whatever you want to talk about. It's a lovely community, really feeling energized by it, and thank you for being there, and thank you to everyone else who's making it a wonderful, growing and very supportive community. That's all from me, and hopefully see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.